Unidentified vessel. Please submit your clearance codes. I can bring you in warm. Or I can bring you in cold.
This is Justin.
The Force will be with you.
This is Josh.
This is Kyle.
This is Maggie.
And we are the Outer Rim Beacon.
Ladies and gentlemen, chagrins and Claudites, you have now turned your dial to the Outer Rim Beacon, your frequency for all things in that galaxy far, far away. From Ryloth to Rat Attack, we've got you covered here, people. Welcome to the Friday night live stream, everybody. May 7th, it's wet and dreary out there, but you know what? We're going to talk some Star Wars tonight. That always brings me up, gets me like positive and ready to go. As you can tell, I'm excited. What a busy week. Really busy week. Joining me tonight, as always, are my friends.
This is Josh, and I would just want to say before anyone else says anything about today's episode, I called it last week.
Yeah, he did.
You
I
did.
pulled it out of thin air.
He was like Babe Ruth holding up the bat, like pointing to the outfield, like right here, like that. That's what he was doing.
I never thought I'd be that excited to see that character, but then he was on the screen, and I was like,
Yeah, it was a good call.
I'm a soothsayer.
It's a deep cut, too.
Yeah.
It took everything
Michael,
in my
welcome.
power Tuesday night not to be
Yeah,
like,
you were doing your
She uses this with a hat in front of her face.
I can't do it.
This is Kyle, and today when I saw Omega rolling in the dirt, basically, it was the first time I ever thought this, but how did the Kaminoans come to live on Kamino? They don't live underwater. They live on the surface, but it's a water world. Like, how the heck did they get there? Doesn't make any sense. I'm very confused. I feel like I want to know that now.
I don't know. Maybe they go like topside and below too, because they had those flying dragon things that you see where the one comes up out of the water with the guy like riding it. So maybe they live down below, but they work up top. I don't know.
Sounds
very
like a reach
similar to
me.
Mancala.
Yeah, like they can go topside or underneath. It don't matter. Yeah.
Oh, man. I was just so happy that, Josh was right.
Maggie,
It truly
Maggie's
took
like, "I'm
everything
here."
within my power Tuesday night not to be like, somebody got it right. Somebody guessed correctly.
Yeah.
But really, I just love that because we got to hear about Rex, and I'm still like tremendously happy about just like the mere mention of Rex.
Missed him by a day.
And now
Yeah.
we're knowing
So
what he's
close.
doing. Like he was a day before them. He was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was, and we talked about that a little bit on Tuesday, was kind of the timelines and where we're at. So it's interesting that they're kind of close, but just a little bit off. So maybe that's where
This
we go
flood
next.
idea has some legs to it. That's why the Kaminoans have those long necks. It's to get above the water. That's how they survived. I think that's what happened.
Oh.
You're absolutely
Doing
right.
this with their neck in the water, like
Yeah,
trying to
that's why
survive.
why else would they look like that? That's what a dumb evolutionary trait.
It does say that they're amphibian. So
Oh,
Well, there you
there
go.
you go. See?
Fast Bobby in the house. What's happening?
Hey, Fast Bobby.
Fast Bobby.
We do have a little bit of news to cover before we dive into the second episode here of Bad Batch, which was a super fun episode to watch. We do have a little bit. Did you guys, anybody celebrate May 5th? Also Cinco de Mayo? Yeah? No?
Revenge of the Fifth, always.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I'm celebrating I am the 7th today. Like I am the Senate.
Yeah, there you go.
Just try to find a
It's all week.
the number
We
for every
like
number
Star
this
Wars
week.
too, Justin.
It's all week, people. It's all week.
No, only on Tuesday.
It's only on Tuesday. No,
One and done.
when we recorded that show Tuesday night, and I was like, you know what? They're going to, stupid sideshow is going to come out and hit me with this General Grievous. I swear it's going to come back. And then sure enough,
Yep.
they dropped General Grievous as
For
6th scale. And I
only
was like,
$7,000.
but that's, hey, you know what? I'm happy. It's at a reasonable price. This is what we talked about, right? With the Ahsoka figure, the 3.75 vintage collection, right? So they released a new 6th scale version of it for, it's like $285 retail. But up until then, the only figure that existed in the 6th scale was from 2013. That was the last one they made, was 2013. So the only way that you could get it was to spend $600 to $1,000
Rough.
for it. And it's somewhere in there. And you could, like, they were sparsely populated on eBay. And then they just dropped him on heading from the 4th into the 5th. And I was like, you know what? That's one of my figures that I've wanted for a long time. So he's on pre-order now. Yeah. Sorry, Mike.
On the 5th, I entered like 15 sideshow contests for various giveaways they were doing. I expect to win 0 of them, but I entered every single one.
And that's okay. They lifted their prize prison. There was a prize prison. Like if you won something, you had to wait like 30 days before you could win another prize. They just took that away. And now they said, register for everything. You win. If you happen to win twice, you're
when
the
did they
luckiest
announce
person
winners?
ever.
Because I did a few of the contests.
Depends when it ends. Most of them end
He was
tonight.
so close to his dream.
Yep. He would have been like just swimming in lightsabers like Scrooge McDuck. Just diving right in like this.
What a visual.
A Scrooge McDucky and lightsaber vault. Amazing.
Yeah. Most of them end, I think, at least for the Star Wars ones, most of them end tonight, I believe. I don't think it extends past the weekend. So I think there may be 1 or 2 that go to tomorrow. But they have a prize giveaway for the Yoda, the child. Sorry, Grogu.
Full size.
Sitting right here.
Full size Grogu.
Life-size Grogu. He's sitting on my desk, looking at me. He is he's watching, always watching.
Baby Yoda in our hearts.
Yeah, but go register for their contest. It's super easy to do.
Or don't give me a better chance of winning. Either way you want to do that is fine.
Kyle's like, I'm all about winning some free stuff.
And if you win, you have to send it to us.
If I win that Grogu, I'm going to try to trade it for a different character I like more.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do that. I think that's how free giveaways work.
Yeah,
it'll make you look like a really classy guy.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for this free prize.
I like
Could
this.
I have
Could I
this
really
other
get
thing
this?
of equal or lesser value instead?
Yeah, that will go over real well.
Yeah.
I didn't mean with them.
This
I
guy's
meant with
never allowed
like
to win again.
someone else.
on the black market?
Yeah,
Okay, that's a little better.
I'm thinking he's
It's a
trying to
little
trade
better.
with the sideshow people.
Me
Like,
too.
thanks, but
Yeah.
I mean, if that works. But.
we got a little snippet of the Andor series. I know Maggie's stoked about this. We got a little snippet of some Andor series filming of a shore trooper like jumping over a ledge and some
Ooh,
I think some
there
camera
was a
shots
ledge in
of,
Star Wars. It's groundbreaking.
Yeah, no rail though. There's no
railing.
safety rail,
No
though.
railing.
Just
That's
a
good.
ledge.
Just a ledge.
And we had a couple of still photos, I believe, of
Cassian.
Cassian talking to somebody. I know he's like got his hands on somebody, but I couldn't see who was behind that he was talking to. So we got that wrapped up. We have some new Pride variant covers in the comics coming out. We have 5 right for this month, and they are
they for this month or are they for June?
They're
June.
for Pride
All
Month.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
for June coming
So,
out.
We got
Where's my
Dr.
There we go.
Afra. Yeah, so we're celebrating
Love
different
it.
LGBTQ members of the Star Wars galaxy. We got Ray Sloan.
Very nice.
We got
Love
our
that
girl, Erica Quell.
We all like
Sana
Erica.
Staros.
Love her.
Lando.
Lando
Calrissian.
Calrissian.
Ooh, too cool for school.
And
I
our
love
favorite High Republic peeps,
Look at them.
Sarat and Tarek. I think that's how you say it.
I like the 2 ships like down on the bottom there too. That's kind of cool. I like it.
Very cool.
Very nice.
I like the little rainbow color on the covers at the top on all of the
The little
logos.
shimmer,
Yeah, that's
that-
done really well.
rainbow pride logo with Star
Yeah,
Wars
that,
at the
like,
bottom
70s
too.
logo in the bottom corner.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. Yeah, they've been doing some really
So
cool design
are those
stuff. with
variant
these.
covers or are those standard covers?
No, those are variant covers.
Okay.
Let's look at Erica again one more time.
Very nice.
She looks better in a TIE fighter uniform, I think, but you know.
Mhm.
Oof.
Mhm.
Hard pass.
I like that little, but see, like you can see the rainbow, like right in between the two, looks just really good, dividing that bounty
Little
hunter's
lens flare.
title. Yeah, super cool. Very nice.
When you were talking about that, I
was.
was I was putting my mouse over it, like the viewers could see where I was like was highlighting it.
Yeah, right here.
Right there, right there. Do we know when all of those are released or when they're coming out?
Coming in June, and
no
I don't
date.
have whatever the dates are for. Oh, so Bounty Hunters one is 6/9. War of the Bounty Hunters is June 9th. Bounty Hunters 13 is June 16th. Star Wars 14 is June 23rd. Darth Vader is the 30th. And then Dr. Aphra is Dr. Aphra. Oh, you know what? I was reading all of these wrong, I think. Yep. We'll post it.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean,
I said them all on the
I
week.
figured they weren't all on the same day. I figured they were released at different times.
We have 1 or 2 comics coming out every week in June. So
we're going to be busy.
I'm due for a trip to my comic shop.
Yeah.
Me too.
I love Tiernan's comment here. One day Star Wars will be OSHA compliant, and then I can die happy. They will never be OSHA compliant because it costs too much. Costs too much, Tiernan.
Maggie's out. She wants.
We lost Maggie. As evident by Tarkin saying, "We don't need to spend money on your clones. We'll just kidnap people and enlist people because it's cheaper." So
it's all about the bottom line.
They are all about cutting some costs in the Empire for sure. Fun news: we got Poe's X-wing that is now going to be added to the Smithsonian as part of the Air and Space. Correct?
I did just see that. Yeah, right next to like
awesome.
actual aircraft. That's so cool.
Wait, you're saying that Poe's X-wing is not an actual spacecraft?
I'm saying that it has not ever actually flown. I'm sorry to be the one to say it.
I wonder if we could get SpaceX to strap one of those
to
the top of the rocket.
He will not cut. He hits the gym. He hits the squats.
Never misses leg day. His calves are probably super swole.
He's like Popeye, but with legs.
And doesn't need the spinach.
Doesn't need the spinach.
No.
He does it just with like hate.
He's all natural. He doesn't enhance with spinach. That's awesome. But yeah, natural. Maybe they can maybe we can get it floating up in space like the car with the little spaceman in it and see what happens. Nice. And then we do have a new collection.
Maggie's internet died. She didn't quit. Oh, she's back.
There she is.
Maggie made it to her 1-year anniversry and then decided to quit midstream the next episode.
I'm out of here.
It's storming here, so my internet went out.
Yep. It
must be a big storm. It's storming here too, and we are not that close.
No.
It rolled through here pretty quick, but a lot of thunder and lightning. So we have an announcement from Columbia.
Fascists hate spinach.
What?
You're talking about
being a reverse Popeye? No big deal.
Popeye, but his legs, yeah.
He doesn't need the spinach. He just does it all natural. No enhancing. Yeah.
He is thick. See, you knew. She wasn't even here when I said it, and she knew. That's how people know it's a real thing.
Thick thighs save lives.
He's pretty swole, shirtless in that comic book that he was in. He's got some scars on his body. He's gone through some stuff.
Do you guys remember in the High Republic book where, like, oh man, which the Kasif is like stuck between the planet that he tries to like blackmail and then it doesn't work and then they come and they get him later. That's the planet that Tarkin is from. So that like warrior culture, that's where all that comes from. That's why he's so nasty.
He's a beast. Columbia's got a new collection out. I don't know if we have a picture of this.
We don't know. There's no picture.
This is part of their Outer Rim collection.
Yep, we're partnering with them. June 21st is when those come out.
That's cool.
So
it's not going to be Poe's X-wing though. Unfortunately, I hate to be the one to break it to Josh.
Ah, damn it. That'd be kind of cool though. Just fly one up there, drop it in space, let it orbit around a little bit.
Oh no, I thought you meant to see a NASA launch.
Well,
I mean, I guess that
would be cool too. But that would be cool too. But I meant the X-wing just kind of in orbit around Earth. I think.
Are we not talking about the great disaster that might happen this weekend?
Oh, well, yeah, you might get hit by a falling rocket from China. Apparently,
the size of a school bus.
On wayward. The size of a school bus.
It could hit people, but it's not likely.
My favorite was
Oh, okay.
it'll most likely land in the ocean or
They
somewhere
said
like that.
74% chance it'll hit water. And I'm like, well, I think I could have told you that in 4th grade when they're like, the Earth is 70% water.
70%
Like, well, I think
water.
it's
Yep.
right there. Who are these scientists?
I don't know.
Can you imagine being the person you've survived the first year and a half of COVID only to be taken out by a piece of falling space debris?
Like you're just walking down the street, you look up and you go, "Oh crap!"
Hey, did any of you watch Dead Like Me? And she gets hit by the toilet seat. Oh my god, it's such a good. So like a space shuttle, like a U.S. space shuttle,
toilet seat,
accidentally loses its toilet seat somehow, and it plummets to Earth and it kills her. And it's about she becomes a Grim Reaper. It's a hilarious show. I think it's on Amazon. You should definitely watch it. But that's all I keep thinking about is like somebody's going to be.
That's
the
like
core.
a small consolation. You get killed by a toilet falling from space. You become the Grim Reaper. I guess that's kind of a decent trade-off, somewhat.
Is it?
I mean,
it's a really dark humor show. I think y'all would like it.
I mean,
so
at least you got a job in the afterlife, and you're not,
it's a real job.
walking around. You got a job.
Justin went from being the cop / Imperial to now being the Grim Reaper. Seems like a good deal. Okay,
It's all coming from the same place.
thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning
story
in.
from
We're really
story
digging
from
into
Dead
some
Like
stuff
Me.
here.
That story from Dead Like Me just reminds me of Joe Dirt and the Lucky Meteor. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
Joe Dierte? Oh, yes.
That's a fine piece of cinema.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
2001. What a good year.
Husker don'ts.
Anyway, be on the lookout for the Columbia Outer Rim collection that drops 6/4/21.
What
Apparently,
an ad read we just did.
it's not coming up too far away. So, one of the things that I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit before we dive into Bad Batch here in the second
you have
episode.
No idea, Lauren. It's been getting weirder and
Hey,
weirder
Lauren.
for like 10 minutes.
No true statement.
One of the things I want to talk about, there's been a lot going around.
Did we
on
check
social
IDs on the
media.
way in? What's going on? Good Lord,
In
we are
2001, I
old.
was in high school.
I was.
Justin was.
I was graduating college the year after.
They really
that.
were the days, though. You're right. They were the days.
Oh, from there it's just been downhill, right?
From age 2 on, it's just been done. Yeah, there's been a lot going around on the. So I want to go back to the first one real quick and kind of talk about Kanan.
Yes.
And get everybody's, because we briefly touched on it. We didn't talk a lot about Kanan in the episode.
Kanan
we
wasn't in the first episode. That was Caleb Doom.
Caleb Doom in the first episode. We didn't really talk about it a lot. We touched on it a little bit. We enjoyed seeing Caleb. But there's been a lot going around today.
It's no big deal.
On number of things. Let's talk about that. Like Freddie Prinze Jr.'s voice. There's been a lot of people complaining about how he sounds like he's like 35 years old.
He got pitched up. I thought it sounded fine.
I thought it was fine. There was mostly, though, some people that were kind of like looking at his comic book story and how things happened between him and Depa Billaba and Gray and what was the other Styles, right? And how he basically runs away, and then there's no mention in the comic of the Bad Batch or anything like that. In fact, I actually have. Boom, there it is, right there. Go read it, people. Right, it's a really, really good comic
Tracy
series.
Is, but the people want what the people want. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, it's a really good comic. But a lot of people are upset with the show and how they feel it kind of retconned what actually happened in the comic and the story of Depa Billaba. And I will say this, the comic does a really, really good job of setting up the relationship between Depa Billaba, Caleb, and the clones and how close they are because they've spent some time together and they're almost like a family. Whereas the show really kind of didn't do that. It was very quick what happened. I don't know. What were your guys' thoughts on kind of the differences between the two? Because I'm pretty sure everybody here has read the Kanan comic. What were your thoughts on it?
My main thought is the comic had like as long as they wanted to spend on this. It was about him, so they could really like dive into it. And the show they spent like 3 minutes on it because it was a part of the story it was a side story, not the story. And
it was fan service.
Yeah, I mean, get over it. The same thing happened in the Siege of Mandalore, and the Siege of Mandalore was phenomenal. So who cares? Get over it. There's all like that's an old school Star Wars thing. Like, there's levels of canon and things trump things, and show trumps comic in my book.
We weren't supposed to have that anymore, though. It was supposed to be everything's in one continuity now. No levels.
You get what you get. You don't bitch a fit, guys. This is the way of the world.
People are nitpicking. I don't think the differences between the stories are that a big enough deal.
No, it's not.
No.
The same thing happened. And I did read a take online where somebody said it's like mythology. So like the story is being told from different perspectives and little details might change, but that's because that's how myths are told and it's an oral tradition. And if you think of Star Wars, that blah, 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 that's cool, that's fine, but like to me, just like what happened in the show is what happened. Like either way, it's the same. You know, it happened at night, it happened at day. There was a campfire, there wasn't. Whatever. It's the same thing.
Right.
Well, it's like I said in my review of the episode, anything that can strengthen what we already know and improve the connectivity between things is going to work for me. Like, I felt like the fact that they introduced Caleb as a means to make us feel something for Hunter and the Bad Batch because they saved this Caleb, this character that we already knew of Kanan, like that. I feel like that worked, and more people are going to see the cartoon and then people are going to read the comic book. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm an EU kid. I lost all of my EU, and I can still go back and read those comics and enjoy it, even though they're legends now.
Yeah.
Like, it's whatever.
Well, and it worked. You know, it definitely worked on all of us. This will be fine probably. And then, like you said, that was like an emotional anchor point for all of us, and it was really fun, and we were all bought in right there from the first scene. So, like, I get tired of everybody like being cranky just to be cranky. So
Right.
She's right. It's space wizards with laser swords. Like, don't take it seriously.
It's a
Tarkin's
show for
got thick
kids.
thighs. I know their pants. Like, it's not that serious. It's for fun. We're all having fun
and
here.
what we went from Kanan killing a couple clones in the firefight and getting chased by a different set of clones to Caleb seeing the firefight but running away and getting chased by a different set of
which is technically
so minuscule. We want to talk about retconning. This picture of Omega.
Omega.
That's after she got knighted by Jaime Lannister.
You know, because everyone that has blonde hair is the same person in Star Wars. Did Maggie Fraser? She just disgusted.
She's sick of you. No, she's blinking. She's just sick of you.
I'm just shitposting Maggie. I think it's stupid too. I tweeted about it on my personal Twitter.
Well, and that's the thing that Kanan was dealing with in Rebels is he felt bad about leaving and running away, and that's what he did. He left and he ran away. And
what was the last thing she said to you? Run.
Yeah. And I don't think it really, I don't think it changed the rest of that story where he goes on and meets Janus Casimir and he runs in General Cleve. I don't think it changes any of that. It just changed, like, it's just a small difference in the first, like, 3 to 5 minutes of that story. And that's it. Like, whether it's in the comic, it's like 10 pages. But yeah, I think you can read both and you can enjoy both. Lauren commented, I don't think it retconned it at all. I agree. It didn't.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think it changed anything. Like, it's just a different storytelling, but it's the same general idea with it. So you can watch it, you can read it, you can do both and still enjoy both. It is possible. It's okay. I love the comic.
Daniel
was
Logan
great.
Omega Young Boba.
I'm looking.
Has anybody seen this?
Yeah,
if you post a picture of the blonde Tamara Morrison.
Oh, is that Tamara Morrison with the blonde hair that I posted on Twitter?
If you do that again, if you force me to see that.
Yeah.
David, she says.
Dave will. He was gonna say this is what's gonna happen, and everybody's gonna go, yep. Okay.
Dave is George's Padawan. He is following in the master's footsteps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The supplemental
I loved it.
Comics don't matter.
I loved the opening. I thought it was great. It was the whole first episode was solid. It gave us a ton of backstory. I think one of the big things too that we didn't talk, but we just talked about this the other day, was how does time work in the Star Wars universe with all these planets, and then they come out of hyperspace, and here's Tech telling Wrecker exactly how it works, and he's like, I'm confused, and just like we are, we're like, I don't know how it works. We've just been gone a really long time, so we're finally back home. So
apparently Tech gets it. There's a
Tech
way.
Gets it.
There's a equation or something you can do.
Yeah. He figured it out. He knows it. It was impressive, but he gives this whole speech on
he can make chain
how it
codes
works
after he just learned about them. So
he's so smart.
Slick.
That was a great line, by the way. He goes, well, yeah, I just learned about it, but yeah, I can do it. It's fine. I was like, all right, text the man. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about episode 2, Cut and Run.
Just wish I was on that level.
What'd you guys think of episode 2?
Tiernan just sent me blonde.
Oh,
thank you, Tiernan. Thank you.
When I tweeted that earlier, and somebody was like, "Oh, that reminds me of a friend I had," and I was like, "That's Tamara Morrison with the blonde wig or like fake hair on." Like, I didn't have the heart to just be like, "Did your friend look like a very manly man?" I don't know how else to say that.
There is a college girl that goes around fake Trevor Lawrence. Have you guys ever seen this girl? No. She looks just like Trevor Lawrence, who just got drafted, and she was walking around Jacksonville in Florida, and trying to see if people would mistake her for Trevor Lawrence. That's wild. Looks just like him. It was crazy.
I guess you're gonna lean in if you're in that situation, huh?
Yeah, may as well. So Cut and Run. Let's go overall impressions of episode 2, Cut and Run. What'd you guys think? Oh my goodness.
That one does kind of look like Omega. I will say, when she had her little head thing off, she did look kind of like a little boy. I thought that. I was like, oh, she looks without her head thing on. When her hair fell down, I was like, oh, she does look kind of like the clones. She could look like.
What'd you guys get with the scene of her taking the head piece off and kind of looking at it and crying and then not putting it back on?
Just moving on.
Moving on. Yeah.
Leaving that past behind, or
yeah.
It's called a metaphor, Justin.
No, I got it.
I'm just waiting for her to strap a little hunter head wrap around it.
A little bandana. Yeah, I was. I think she was definitely just kind of, after what happened with the Nexu and Hunter kind of yelling at her. I definitely think she was at that time maybe having some, feelings about, did I make the right choice in leaving? And I think that was where she kind of, looked at that headdress and looked at the situation she was in and said, yeah, I made the right choice. I should have left. I'm where I need to be. And even though it was hard, I think she knows Hunter is a good person.
Well, after he did that Star Wars thing where you try to get rid of your adopted kid, as you do.
Yeah, just not used to being a dad. So
he gave it 12 hours of his best. So,
he was like, what?
I gave it the old college try for an afternoon. So
I'd be a little intimidated right there too,
go
right?
With these other strangers.
This person who goes around killing thousands of clones and who else knows whatever else.
She's their number one fan.
Right?
She couldn't wait to go with them. She was begging.
I know. She's it was interesting.
She could have had little Twi'lek friends her own age, and she was like, no, I want to run through
what do I do with
literal
this bowl?
firefight to run away with these I don't know, killers.
Yeah. She had no idea what to do with that ball. She was like, what is this? What's the purpose of this? I don't understand what's happening.
You're supposed to catch it.
Yeah.
Which you think she would have gathered that from watching them throw it to each other 35 times. But,
maybe they didn't explain the rules of the game?
The rules of catch?
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't just catch. Maybe it was
a strict rule system.
Something different. I don't know. Weird planetary hand soccer.
That's what I was saying. It's not.
Salukami hand
You have
soccer.
to. You have to try to leave your child with a stranger if it's Star Wars.
Cut and Sue. We had Cut and Sue back in this episode.
So happy to see them.
Yeah, it was awesome to see Cut again. What'd you get? Yep, there we go.
Sorry, I couldn't find the picture.
Yes.
His mutton chops have grown out a little longer.
I liked that she had that kind of French accent that the Twi'leks get sometimes, and Hera breaks into it in Rebels when she's on Ryloth with her dad and stuff.
I was just glad that she had a much nicer outfit this time, like an actual, like very utilitarian outfit, and not that ridiculous, sexy outfit they had her in the Deserter, which I did not understand for homesteaders.
Well, you wouldn't be living off the land in a tube top or whatever.
No. A mom of two that's a farmer, not really a thing.
That's why he went with the hat.
Yep. Yeah, it was good seeing Cut and Sue again. The kids are a little older, and they're still living the farm life with invading Nexu. I loved seeing the Nexu. A little bit more Nexu love here that we didn't get enough of from. We only got them in Attack of the Clones,
Cop,
but you don't like the Nexu?
Also likes the monster that tries to eat the little girl.
It was just a cat in the wild trying to live its life. Get a snack.
A lot of boxes,
God, Kyle.
Justin's starting to worry me tonight.
Call PETA on Kyle. He eats animals.
Do you guys remember when was it Han and Leia's granddaughter had a Nexu pet in the EU?
Oh God, yes.
What was her name? Amelia, maybe something like that.
Something like that with an A, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of teeth in that thing.
Alana. Classic.
There's a lot of teeth in that thing. I would not stick my hand near there.
And an extra set of eyes, which is a gross thing.
Yeah.
So. The Nexu's seen some things.
I'd rather have those two giant cats.
The girl's name was Alana Solo.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Look at that.
She Jason's
daughter, yeah.
That makes sense why they would have her.
Yeah.
What Tenoka? No. Yes. I don't know. Never mind.
What was your overall favorite part of the show, of this week's episode? What did you enjoy the most? I don't care who goes first.
I'll go first.
This is
Uncle Wrecker.
Maggie.
Uncle Wrecker.
Wrecker. That's good. Yeah.
That moment made me so happy.
Uncle Wrecker. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they already know him. Wait, what? Are we gonna get that
clearly
story?
Visited here before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uncle Wrecker.
That'll be a side comic.
And that was another thing,
just like
the whole Caleb thing. I love that they connected this plot that we knew that Rex was involved with, that they then connected with these clones, and yet again bring that connectivity into it, and reinforces that the Bad Batch has consistently been around. We just haven't seen their stories until now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Cut has clearly not been the best at hiding. If literally all the clones know where he is.
I know that's what Candace is in the comments.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes,
He's
exactly.
bad at hiding. Very, very bad.
But that also goes to show that the clones know where he is, and they've respected his wish for freedom. That so many of them seem to know exactly where he's been this whole time.
Yeah,
that's right. First shot with a blaster, never picked one up, bullseye. Ball coming towards her, no clue what to do. No idea.
Yeah.
Well, she's a little soldier.
Flight, man.
I liked this too.
Yes.
I liked this stuff with Hunter and Omega. That was probably my favorite part, is we're getting a little bit of character stuff for them, and her figuring out how to have a space Rambo dad, and him how to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
My two favorite things.
Go ahead. They are blood related. Technically.
No, I was just gonna say it was interesting to see Hunter without the armor, and he's walking through town in just plain street clothes,
in the
he didn't even
civvies.
care. Yeah, civvies. He's just I'm still gonna wear the headband, but
For sure. He's keeping that.
He's keeping that low profile.
Exactly Charlie Sheen right there.
Yep, hot shots
for sure.
Yep. Go ahead, Josh. What were you gonna say? My
two favorite things were two kind of small things, but they small in the overall, but I just thought the attention to the attention to detail, like thinking about Omega having never been on any other planet besides Camino and like freaking out about the dirt, like that was cool. That was like a nice little touch that they could have overlooked, but that 100% makes sense. Like that she'd be like, "What is this?" and be like so excited about everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is just these little things that are showing us like the transition between the Republic to the Empire. So like the announcements about the chain code and how you can't leave and all, like that's I want to see more of this stuff in this transition period. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what Fast Bobby here was saying, and me too. I really enjoyed that. They're talking how they were like giving the chain codes to everybody, and I like that Tech like hammered it home too. He's like, yeah, they're so they can track you and like create a database of every single person,
which was talked about a lot in the last book of Alphabet Squadron. Loved that linkage. It was perfect.
Loved that moment.
Yeah, like you just got this like this linkage between, or if you just read the last book of Alphabet Squadron where they're talking about trying to destroy the database, here we get the setup of that database and how they're tracking everybody.
It's hard to fly under the radar when half of your face is a skull tattoo. That's
just ask Mike Tyson.
Exactly. I did appreciate that because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, they're just gonna walk right onto that transport, even though he's a clone and all the troopers are clones. But I appreciate that he was like, wait a minute, are you? And then he got called off, so he did notice at least.
Mm-hmm.
The sideburns threw him off.
Yeah, the sideburns and that wide brim hat. People in Star Wars love a wide brim hat.
Yeah.
Not as much as they love a poncho, admittedly.
Look at Suze. Suze is wide brimmed, and then Wrecker.
People love a wide brim hat.
In the poncho. Kind of looked like he was wearing a handkerchief.
It was probably their like bed sheet or something that they cut a hole in.
True.
Like if you look at Cal Kestis in Jedi Fallen Order and how big that poncho is on him versus
which
see
one?
in
Cal
Wrecker.
Kestis had a poncho in that game.
He had them in all the ponchos. Versus Wrecker here,
the game was collecting ponchos.
who has a poncho on that barely gets down to his belly button and doesn't cover his arms. It's like he's wearing a tablecloth that doesn't fit. The Wrecker, I think probably my favorite Wrecker was him again, just curling the gonk droid on the ship.
I wonder, is that going to be a running gag? Because we've seen him like shoulder pressing it before.
Is
he
going
to just be lifting the gonk droid throughout the whole series?
I love how they just had the gonk droid on the ship.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
what else
chilling.
is
It's a home
left,
gym.
apparently?
Home gym.
It's like a Bowflex.
When you're in hyperspace, you gotta have something to do. Gotta have a gym.
Gonk flex.
Yeah.
Shoot, me too.
I'm out of the poncho
I'm out of the poncho collecting game. There's too many. The market's flooded. It's like the pop game. There's too many ponchos.
Got to get the orange one, the glow in the dark one, the
pink
black
one.
one,
the other
pink
end of the
one.
spectrum here. She wants to bring ponchos back.
Well, with a lot of people returning to work now, maybe
In ponchos?
poncho is an appropriate business casual thing now.
I'll tell you, the
I don't
two
know.
times you can wear a poncho: when you're at Disney World and it's raining, or when you go to visit Niagara Falls. Hard stop. That's it.
If you're on the Maid of the Mist down in the
3,
bottom,
or if you're in Star Wars. Those are the 3 times you're allowed to wear a poncho.
I've not done that Maid of the Mist thing at Niagara
It's
Falls.
a thrill, Justin. It's a thrill.
Sounds like it. Here, stand
You
at
can
the
also walk behind
stand at the bottom of the
falls.
wall and get
Both
wet.
involve ponchos.
Ponchos on the Senate floor at 2K22. Ponchos to Senate.
They might as well switch something up.
That's funny. Would you elect a person wearing a poncho?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
depends on
what are their policies?
Ponchos for everybody. All right, got my vote.
Where do they stand on renewable energy? I don't know.
If they're wearing old ponchos, like a poncho from 2002,
Yeah.
Vintage ponchos.
Upcycled poncho,
All right.
I might vote for them.
this episode just got way out of here.
All right, well, let's try to bring it back
People don't
in
know what
back
they're
to
missing.
episode 2. We had the Wrecker in the poncho. We had we had him curling. We had a lot of Wrecker in this episode. That was really, really good Wrecker moments.
I wonder will we ever find like a limit to his strength? Because we saw him lift a transport off of Cody in season 7 of Clone Wars. We saw him push a tank off the side of a cliff, no railing, in the first
He
episode.
broke the restraining bolt here.
And we saw him rip the restraining bolt. Is that what that's called? Whatever holds the
ship was booted.
Yeah, whatever.
Had
Yeah,
a
the
boot on it.
He just ripped the boot off the ship.
ripped
So like,
the
I
boot
wonder
off.
if we're ever going to get to a point where he's like, "Yep, I can't just push the whole mountain over," or can he? I have no idea. I wonder.
I don't know.
Wow! If only, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
He's a
Fueled
big
by
lovable
love.
teddy bear.
He is. I love
by
that he's
love.
such a little sensitive big boy.
Yeah, he's a big lovable teddy
He's
bear.
my favorite. He's been my favorite since the Clone Wars arc for these. Like, I just love him. He's so good with Omega too.
Mm-hmm.
I love I like her. Like, I love he reminds me of Hondo. Like, he's like, "You lied to me? I knew I liked you."
I knew I liked you.
Yeah,
It's my favorite
Wrecker
quote
and
in all
Hondo
Clone Wars.
exchange
Or
could be
Rebels.
amazing.
Oh.
I almost just corrected you. Yeah, a Wrecker and Hondo.
Good thing I did it
exchange could be
fast,
just
like Bobby.
the most amazing bit of tomfoolery.
Do we think we'll get
If only.
Hondo in this?
We can
In
we
the
can
Bad
dream
Batch at all?
just him.
God, I would love that.
Why not? He's alive.
They got to smuggle something at some
Rebellions
point, right?
are built on hope.
God, I would love that.
Hopefully
Wrecker
he'll
and
smuggle
Hondo.
him off
Just,
world somewhere someday.
there's got to be some good dialogue there. And you know Hondo's just going to be like, why is this guy talking? He is so stupid.
I love
And just-
him.
Profit. Always profit with Hondo.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Mike's right. He's like, there was the line in there that said clones had a number and wanted a name. Now everyone with a name wants a number.
I love that line.
Yep. That was
As much as you'll
spot
spend,
on.
Michael.
Yep. That was spot on. What'd you guys think of these two going rogue
These two
behind
nerds.
Hunter's back? Like,
I love
just,
that Echo is a nerd too.
Mhm.
He's a robot now. He's a cyborg now.
Meow. Meow.
I mean, and he like
He's more machine than man.
it was a good idea. It was a good idea, but do you think they should have vetted it with Hunter first? They were
Yeah.
just like, no, we're just gonna go. And then he's
They're-
like, wait,
they're all
Omega's on the
defectors.
ship.
There's no command structure. What are they? What are they reporting to the boss? They're just they're 5 dudes out on the or 4 dudes and a
Just
lady
going
out on the
rogue.
run.
Yeah.
Anytime you follow orders, Hunter's like, "Since when?"
Yeah.
Good point. And they did have a line earlier.
Tech's clearly the brain of the operation.
Yeah, they did have a line earlier too, where when they were first going to C-Cut, that they Echo questions the choice to go talk to a deserter, and he's like, "Well, we're all deserters now. Like, who else are you gonna trust? Like,
Poncho tattoo.
doesn't matter."
There's one vote for Tiernan. He'll vote for her all Poncho platform.
All Poncho exclusive platform. Oh my god. Like a rack in the back with just ponchos.
Instead of campaign stickers, you give out campaign ponchos with your logo on them. A poncho for all.
Hey, you know who didn't wear a poncho?
Who?
Anakin Skywalker.
The Mandalorian. You know what happened to him?
Anakin did wear a poncho.
Bringing it
You
back.
heard it here.
This live stream season, bringing it back. Different picture.
Mando did not wear a poncho, and his ship got blown up. 2 + 2 = 4. People.
Here's my
Facts. You heard it here. This is actually exactly what happened.
least favorite moment of that show.
Best
was
moment of the
shocked that happened, to be honest with you. I mean, it was a great moment. Like, nobody saw it coming, and it was like,
Yeah, especially
whoa.
the people who just bought that.
I saw it
Razor
coming.
crest. Whoa.
I predicted that.
It was awesome. It was crazy. I was like, oh crap.
Some
Well.
say I'm still laughing to this day about it.
Now hopefully
she
that
was never
means, you know, we
seen
can get a ghost and ghost crew HasLab coming up. I would love that.
Poncho pins coming from Rebel Art Empire. Don't do that. I won't buy it. I will not pre-order one. I'm sorry.
Actually, here's
It's
the idea.
It's a joke, but
Do a poncho pin set, like a set of 5,
Ooh, yeah.
and like
Blind bags?
okay, you guys are like reading each other's minds over there. I didn't know.
Or
that.
do different
they're a dyad.
characters with different ponchos, and like they magnetically, like you can swap the poncho out on different characters.
Gross.
Oh my gosh,
I hate that.
yes.
I would buy a pin that's just a pile of dust. That's the Razor Crest after it got blown up. You could make millions.
Now that pin I actually probably would buy. Just this little like, this little dust
my
mound.
hopes and dreams are like the Razor Crest, nothing but a pile of dust.
She's oh God. She's barely old enough to get into the live stream. She's running for the Senate. It's terrifying.
On a poncho platform.
On a poncho only platform.
Good luck, Tierney. Good luck.
Might work.
I don't know. I episode 2 gave us quite a bit. I loved the music.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys thought about the music, or if you guys listened to it
gosh,
as I went through. The
gorgeous.
music was spot on. It was
I usually
gorgeous.
watch it on mute.
You just watch the closed caption stuff.
No, he actually doesn't even do that. He reads
No,
lips.
I'd read their
actually.
lips. Yeah. The animation is amazing.
Loved the music, paired so beautifully with those moments, especially with Omega walking off the ship, touching the ground, feeling the breeze in her face. Just perfect moment. And then again at the end when she's having that conversation with Hunter on the ship, just absolutely spot on with the music. Cannot say enough about the music that they put in Clone Wars and pair it with the animation. It's just always beautifully done. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Music by Kevin Kiner, who's been on the show.
That was my question too. Homeboy needed to get off there fast. Like he was not taking no for an answer, and they just said, "Nope, you got to go get your code, man."
I don't know. His or her.
I don't know.
Maybe
Some
his wife was
stuff.
going into labor on the next planet over.
Maybe. I mean, we did see Frog Lady having to transport her eggs from one planet to the other, so maybe
he owed his bookie. I don't know. You have no
The
idea.
Hutts.
It's any number of things.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a good episode though. I love it. I can't wait to see where we go next week. It really didn't leave you with like a lead in either as to like what the next directive is for the show. So I love having to like play the
anything's
guessing
on the
game.
table, right? And I like that they asked where Rex went, so they potentially could have gone there, but they said, no, I don't know. I didn't ask.
He's like, I don't know. He was just went off talking about some chip or something like that. Some inhibitor chip.
That was a funny
Hunter.
little,
Hunter was like shocked. He's like, what inhibitor chip? Like, what do you mean a program? What do you mean? We didn't say a chip. And he's like, well, how did you think it worked?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I liked. Tech was like, well, how did you think they did it?
Right. How did you think it worked?
They program your brain.
Right.
Hunter's not that smart.
No.
He's just a pretty face.
And he's still like the second smartest one, I think. Maybe third.
I feel like it's maybe like Tech,
Crosshair.
Echo, Crosshair.
Oh, Crosshair's still in the gang? He wasn't even there, guys.
Crosshair's a
He
ding
changed
dong.
his
He's out of
outfit.
here.
If
He's
are
out of
we
town.
talking about original 4 Bad Batch, or are we talking about this new post chip inhibitor Bad Batch? Because I mean, Echo wasn't in the original Bad Batch. He became part of the Bad Batch.
Crosshair wasn't even in this episode.
True.
He's
so
not
I
even on the
if
ship.
you're
He's not
if
Okay,
you're
so
looking at the
Crosshair
original
doesn't matter.
4, okay, so we're looking at the current group. Then yes, Hunter's like third on that list.
Echo
Echo's smarter
has
than
a
him.
sonic screwdriver attached to his wrist, and he couldn't do his one task today. So
Don't make him. Do not make him a
Something to
time
think
lord.
about.
Do not.
Something to think about. What is it not? It's a piece of metal that you can stick into literally anything, and it does literally anything.
But he's not like programmed like an astromech droid.
stick it
He's
into
still
anything?
human. Like,
Maggie,
right?
don't get any ideas. This is a family.
This is a family show.
I meant like he could stick it into any of the like devices on the ship to make things work. Gosh,
Yes,
Kyle, where
that's
was
what we
your
both
mind
meant,
going?
Margaret.
I just
I start calling her Margaret when she's in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's not like an astromech. Like he doesn't know all this stuff, right? So like,
No.
He's more machine.
Yeah,
He's-
he's more machine
went
than
into
man.
he went into the room and he put it in the desk and tried to like. He's like,
Yeah,
I
and
can't
it-
find any codes, and he's like, well, they're probably in a safe, genius.
No,
and
no,
he's
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no.
okay.
No.
And then I was like right behind them.
It was
so
right
convenient.
behind him.
Okay, you misunderstood. When he put his hand in the thing, he was like planting the chain codes in the system. And then he was like, I don't know where the cards are. And he was like, well, they're probably in a safe. So he went and looked in the safe. It was two separate things.
Wow, were you guys even watching the same episode?
I know, guys. Get a life. Jeez.
Yeah, it was.
I would never, but we're still keeping
That's
it
right,
PG-13.
No kink shaming.
Yeah, it was.
Not here.
Well, and then he couldn't get the boot off, right? The ship.
Yeah, that was my whole point.
Yeah, he couldn't get the boot off either.
That was his main job for the escape, and he
the wrecker had to come in and do it and just pull it right off. So
his strength is fueled by love, and his
Yes.
love knows no bounds.
There you go.
So
and Lula.
And Lula.
And Lula.
My Lula. Which is
Apparently-
apparently going to be sold. That too.
No, you go ahead, Maggie. Go ahead.
Yeah, apparently the new databank info on Star Wars for the characters said that Lula is going to be sold at the trading post on Batuu.
I doubt it's going to be
As
there
it
by
should
next
be.
week when I'm there, but like I can hope, right?
Yeah, maybe you'll find Lula next week.
it'll
I
be
I
mean,
go down there and
sometimes
I
they
find
get that
Lulu's.
stuff out quick.
I know.
Yeah.
If I go down there and find Lula's, I'm gonna probably have to take orders from you guys, huh?
We'll all have one.
Yeah. All right.
You didn't even have to ask me if it's
Apparently.
there.
Josh
I
is
figured
good.
everybody wants a
See,
Lula.
I
See,
knew, I
tab.
knew,
Yeah.
I know things right here.
Who doesn't want a Lula? Yeah. All right,
Speaking
guys.
of adorable, fluffy things, I just wanted to point out that when I went to look up, I'm taking us back like a half an hour. When I went to look up Alana Solo, the picture has her with the Nexu cub on
Ooh.
Wikipedia. So look at that.
That is cool.
And I was right; she
Was
is
she wearing
the
a leather
daughter of
jacket?
Tenoka. Look like something.
Still looks. I still wouldn't want to touch it. Like, I mean,
It
when
looks cute.
my cat Tucker, you pissed him off, he would bite your hand and it hurt bad. That thing bites your hand, it's gone.
Tiernan has created her campaign poster already.
Good Lord.
It says change is possible through hope and ponchos. Vote for Tiernan Poncho Party 2022.
Poncho Party 2022.
I don't know. That's some good. That's some good advertising right there. That might sway my vote to ponchos. I don't know. Would you prefer the poncho or the cape?
As long as she doesn't take big money, I'll consider it.
All right, your two platforms running are poncho and cape. Who are you voting for?
Cape, poncho.
She might get money from Big Poncho though.
Oof,
This is
I don't know.
true.
I was thinking like
Support-
Big Pharma.
Support the local poncho, like the small business poncho makers.
What about small cape makers though?
Like,
I'm not into a cape. I don't think they're functional. It's
What about
really pretty
non-GMO
dramatic.
ponchos? Non-GMO ponchos or
Are
free
there
range
any
ponchos?
genetically modified ponchos?
I don't know. I'm concerned about whether or not there's gluten-free ponchos.
For real though, no one will know what we're talking about if they listen to this on the RSS feed. But this is true. This is why you have to tune into the live stream.
Mhm.
This is,
Always.
Hunter is smart in battle tactics, not common knowledge.
He
There you go.
tries.
He tries, yeah.
no
Oh,
capes.
Fast
Fast Bobby
Bobby
says
is
no capes.
anti-capes.
No capes.
No capes. See, but you
If
could also
watch- if you watched Invincible, you know, like people get caught on the capes
Yes.
sometimes. Like,
What
What
it's
about
not
this guy
goodness.
though?
Well, that's just
mean-
proof that it's strictly for panache.
He's got
It's
the
not
mid.
functional.
It's not the full cape though. It's like the mid cape. You know.
He does the 3/4.
Although
There's actually a
Grievous wore a
different name
cape.
for
You
that.
pulled
your
it
girl
off
has a
pretty
cape
good.
on this one too.
She's got a cape. What's
Just
I
going
believe
with the
that's
pictures
actually
I
a
have
cloak.
here.
If I'm going to be a huge nerd, but I think that Grievous wears a cloak,
Your mom wears a cloak.
I mean, that's kind of a
Boom.
cloak because it goes clear to her
and she
her
pulls it
ankles.
off.
I would guess.
Josh,
Yeah,
Oh no, that's like a scarf.
it's a wrap or a.
Something.
That's a half poncho, so that's like
Half punch.
it's
It's
a half punch.
Padme had a half poncho in
This is true.
episode 2.
Is a
Ben
scarf a quarter poncho?
Ben technically has like a half poncho thing going on.
Especially
and-
that yellow cape, right?
Noah's in for the capes.
The capes.
Oh, cape
Noah's
party.
down for the
He does
capes.
have a whole. He does have a whole closet full.
I can't remember what book it was, but you find out that like Lando goes on the ship like after Han has it, and in one of the books, Lando finds out that they've turned his cape closet into Wookiee's Wookiee's Chewbacca's quarters. Yeah, he doesn't have a name anymore, just like Weequay. And so if it's Chewie's bedroom now, it just gives you an idea how big that cape closet really was and how many
Or how
capes were in there.
disrespectful that was to Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's true. That could be.
We put him in a closet. That doesn't
Here, you
seem
can,
right.
you can have
with
a
it.
closet in our giant freighter.
Oh, you can't lay all the way down. Or you can sleep in a ball. It's fine.
What are you, 8'6", 8'7"? This will be fine.
This is precisely
tiny little
8'7".
I could just like, I don't know. I'm picturing Tiernan's poncho platform now, and I have like you're at the convention, and all of a sudden Notorious B.I.G. comes on. I love it when I wear
She's
my
already
big
pandering to the
poncho,
people
and
here
she's
tomorrow.
just
Please.
got this giant poncho on as she comes walking out. It's just, it all flows together now.
I mean, it's
It's
perfect.
coming
We've got
together.
a campaign song. We've got a campaign
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, it has certainly been a very, very
It's been
interesting poncho-filled
Today's been different.
Friday night live stream talking about Bad Batch number 2, episode 2, which was
cetera.
Cut and Run, etc. So, there was one other thing I forgot last week. Tom Kane. Loved hearing Tom Kane in the
It's good
intro.
to hear that intro.
I
wonder
hope
when they
he's
recorded
doing.
that.
I was wondering the same thing. Loved hearing his voice in the intro of that, and hopefully he is feeling better, doing better. I know it's a long road to recovery, but the faster that we could get him back into the Star Wars world and doing those voiceovers in the beginning, it will be a much, much better place. So
It
yes,
does
Viva la
seem like
Poncho.
Viva la Poncho.
Viva
It does
la
seem
Poncho.
like the Tom Kane classic Clone Wars style intro was a one-off for the premiere, though.
Mhm.
Like, we're not going to
Yeah.
be getting that.
Yep.
No.
Yep. All right, folks. Well, I think it's about time to wrap this up. We've been going at it about an hour here. We loved having you guys on tonight. Remember, you guys can find us on social media at Outer Rim Beacon on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can email us at outerrimbeacon@gmail.com. My name is Justin. You can find me on Twitter at I am the Bendu. Where can they find you guys at?
This is Josh, and I'm Battle of Tanab on Instagram and Twitter.
This is Kyle, and I am KB_legend on all the media social.
And this is Maggie. You can find me on Twitter at Maggie of the Town.
Next week, we've got another live stream coming at you next Friday. We're all going to be wearing ponchos in support of Tiernan's platform
This
for
is
the
true.
ponchos.
I'll go get my poncho.
I will go get some ponchos for next week and live it up on this show on Friday night. Hopefully you guys had a good time with us. Go follow Tiernan. She's a great follow. If you get a chance, follow her poncho platform.
Yeah, you don't want to
We
keep
love
up with the
having you
campaign.
guys. As always, may the force be with you.
Always.
Viva la Poncho.
Always. People of
Viva la
poncho.
Poncho.
Good soldiers follow orders.
Unidentified vessel. Please submit your clearance codes.
I can bring you an alarm.